So we caught him kind of with a greedy turn one lodestone golem hand, and he just never drew out of it. So yeah, this is okay. It's a little slow in that we don't have mana drain mana yet. If we open with library, we can draw a card off it right away before he has a chance to wasteland it. If he plays a workshop, we can wasteland the workshop. He's going down to 6. It'll be harder for him to operate with less multi-lands. So I think we're gonna keep this. It's not the best hand, but I'm more than happy with it. Sphere resistance. Okay. I think Landstill's a decent strategy right now. A lot of building decks right now is a lot of the archetypes that have traditionally been powerful aren't as good as they used to be because of the fact that that you have to play around all these sphere effects, things like that, that didn't always exist in the environment before. Landstill can kind of ignore these because it does kind of the same thing under its own lock pieces, in that it just sort of sits around and draws cards. It's okay with not necessarily casting spells, is the bullet point there. So now I have an interesting decision. I can play out this Library of Alexandria and I can draw a card right away. Or I can play this Volk and hope it's good enough to draw his Wasteland. If that's the best land he has and he's already got a sphere on the table, I gotta imagine that he's not going to do it that way. But I could be wrong. Maybe I should even put out the library just to be a more tempting target for his Wasteland and we'd still get a card off of it. But, if he does that now, we have to use it and then um, we'd have to discard, which I'd rather not do, but we could also run out of factory since we also have another factory, but I don't particularly like doing that either. You want 2 blue sources because we're hoping to get mana drain mana up on like turn 3 if he ever gets out of this and all that. But I guess we have a lot of blue sources, so maybe I should be trying to draw that out. Um, yeah, I'm gonna run out the Volk here. I think I'd rather give him the opportunity to hit that. And like I said, I'm not unhappy that he's chosen to do that because he's really kind of put himself in a rough shape. I'm assuming that he doesn't have like another Mishra's Workshop ready to go. And yeah, that was his only land, and he's kind of locked himself out with his own sphere effect right now, which is definitely what I'd like to see. I'll play a library now so we can get it active. I think you can make an argument to play the factories just to be a little bit more aggressive, but I think I'd prefer the card advantage at this point. If he has another wasteland and I get a card out of it, that's not bad. And because we don't know his end step, we're not paying for it like we would have. I think I'm gonna run out the underground here because we don't even have any red spells. Well, we have a fire, but it doesn't even really matter that much right now. Um, we're gonna have to go to discard. I think I'm gonna discard this fire and ice. Do what? Uh, yeah. I guess I don't know why I did that. For some reason I had mentally thought of him getting rid of that. Luckily, this match doesn't matter, and our opponent is not you know, playing a good game with us. But I have no idea why I did that. I think it was because I was talking so much about the play earlier, where he wastelanded my library, um, that I just sort of got into that way of thinking about it. Um, yeah. don't have any excuses. I'm just terrible at this game. So we're gonna go with the factory here. Get that active. Maybe that's a bad play. Maybe I should have gotten drain up just in case. We're not gonna draw now, obviously, because that'll put us up to 8 cards. So I think now we actually want to cast something here. Um, and I don't think that it's a tough call. I don't actually know what I'm going to discard. I might just pass here. I want to hang on to Time Walk until we can get a little bit better value out of it. Um, nah, that doesn't make any sense. Let's just play Energy Flux, get that sphere off the table. Although that could be bad for us too. But yeah, I don't actually want to discard. So I mean, now if he opens up with like, you know, a ton of fast mana, then that's gonna look like a bad play. But even then, I don't know if he has ways to deal with that. Like he might have red and red blast to get around it. But I'm gonna play a factory here. And I'll draw a card off this. Then I'm going to Time Walk. And for the discard, I guess we can. No thanks. Good match. Alright, so there it is.